Shana Tova. This year has been full of continuity and change. We have built upon the past, reimagined the future, and lived each day in the present. Through all of what we have done, the one thing that has never swayed it is our commitment to community. As Lilo and Stitch say, Ohana means family. Family means nobody gets left behind or forgotten. The Woodbury Jewish Center community is not just a community, it is a family. If you were to ask our children who is in their family, you would likely get answers including mom, dad, brother, sister, grandparents, and cousins. But what a unique and wonderful gift it is to know that family is so much broader than that. Celebrations such as the Susie Schuster's Sukkot Onig and the Jeff Gellin Tefillin Workshop exemplify how family is greater than the child's definition. Susie and Jeff were beloved members of the Woodbury Jewish Center family. While they are no longer here with us, their legacy is not forgotten. During the annual Sukkot Onig, as we clean up at the end, I laugh thinking back at Susie's famous reminder to not lose her precious baskets. When I watch the regulars assist the next generation in learning how to put on tefillin, I see Jeff doing that same act up until the very end. I recall visiting Jeff in the hospital and putting on my tefillin alongside him before heading to work. It is in these small moments when we are engaging in ongoing traditions that we remember that family means nobody is forgotten. Family dinner is a special time where memories are made. This past year, we had a number of family dinners. Following Friday night services, where we reflected on the hostage situation standing in front of the Ark, we gathered to celebrate Israel in a room full of blue and white. Everyone came in white shirts and jeans, which was a wonderful display of Jewish pride. Additionally, we held Shabbat dinner when our friends from Israel came to visit as part of P24. We were able to welcome families whose lives had been turned upside down when the October 7th attacks hit. They were brought to the U.S. in order to get a break and take their minds off everything they were going through. By coming together as a community with them, we were able to share our support and let them know we are here for them. By the end of the night, everyone felt like they had just had dinner with their extended family. On a different Friday evening, at the conclusion of services, a number of congregants walked to Ben's where we did motzi and kiddush, ate, and just hung out. Along with Shabbat dinner, we also shared holiday meals together. The Hatami family treated us to a delicious breakfast, which we thank them for continuing to provide again this year. We ate French toast and eggs in the sukkah during brunch in the hut, snacked on assorted desserts at Pray at the Bay, and noshed on a Passover midweek meal. The many generations that make up our congregational family were all in attendance. During one Pray at the Bay in particular, I looked around and saw multiple grandparents with their children and grandchildren, all of whom have chosen to be part of the Woodbury Jewish Center. These grandparents are the people who raised their children right beside me. We went to Shabbat dinners, holiday programs, and school events together, and now we watch as they do so with their spouses and children. Holidays tend to be a time when family comes together. Well, many don't think of Shabbat as a holiday in the same way. It is the weekly occurrence of this holiday that sets it apart for our family. Whether you come every week or choose a few times over the year, there is an intimate connection formed. Hanukkah and Purim brought about the annual congregational parties. The Drinks and Dreidels event brought the grown-ups together for an evening of enjoyment. In addition to the Francis Widow Purim extravaganza full of carnival games, we also held the second annual Purim party, the adult Purim party this year. Between the pink and green decorations and the themed food and the magician that wowed us all, the evening was full of laughs and simcha. Both the ECE and religious school were in full force this year. The day-to-day lessons, activities, and classroom community our teachers create has enabled the children and their families to become a family. They celebrate and learn together, they support one another, and they build relationships that will last a lifetime. With the help of the ECEPA, parents are given the opportunity to participate in Jewish and social occasions. They hosted various parents' nights out events and monthly coffee cart gatherings at school drop-off time. New this year, they began the Shabbat Supper Club, a chance for parents to get to know other parents over Shabbat dinner. The kindergarten to second grade students celebrated Hanukkah as a religious school family when they were joined by family members for a morning of projects, songs, and socialization. They also made tie-dye matzah covers to bring home for Passover, baked hamantashen for Purim with their friends and a special adult, and painted a beautiful work of art for Tu B'Shvat. When I'm able to join in on the programs, it is always a treat, but one really stood out to me. At the conclusion of their Tu B'Shvat paint party, the students stood facing the Israeli flag and sang Hatikva. I was moved at the sound of their voices, confident, strong, and proud. It is moments like this when I look at our children and know we are continuing to instill in them the feeling of family, not only at Woodbury Jewish Center, but as Jewish people. Our Dalit students participated in a new program this year where they made yads using string to create unique pieces of Judaica. As they enter into their last year of religious school and conclude their journey towards Bar and Bat Mitzvah, it was a creative opportunity for them to learn more in depth about one of the Jewish items regularly used. I joined the Gimel class on their field trip to the JCC, at which they heard firsthand from Brad Kolodny, a historian and curator of the 101 Long Island Jews. He shared with them about the people and artifacts that were in the exhibit, sent them on a scavenger hunt to find out other information, and told stories relating to what they saw. It was an interesting and informative presentation that sparked their curiosity, leading into their research project in Wax Museum. As a community, we joined with other Jewish communities this year. We hosted renowned speakers, authors, and community members. Avi Wishnia spoke about his movie in commemoration of Kristallnacht. Jonathan Karikas and Haviv Rettiger were both brought in as part of the Malin Family Lecture Series. With a full sanctuary, they talked about the news and happenings in Israel. As events in Israel shifted, the Elke Rosen Foundation enabled us to do a Zoom call, reconnecting with Jonathan Karikas, who spoke to us from a bomb shelter. We also were treated to interviews with social media presences like Lizzie Savitsky and the Murray Hill Boy. The Jewish communities of local synagogues joined forces for Israel, holidays, and programming. No matter what is going on, when we do it together, we are stronger. Mitzvahs and chesed are two Jewish values that we hold near and dear to us. The WJC Cares ran a sandwich-making program for veterans and assisted in the Fill the Freezer for Ronald McDonald House event. ECE continued to include monthly mitzvah projects into their programming. Along with other clergy, Rabbi Fruithandel led an interfaith Thanksgiving service, which concluded with the mitzvah project of creating blankets for those in need. Our book drive and Super Bowl drive added to the opportunities for taking part in making others know they are not forgotten. This year was not full, fun, and easy, though. We marked 1 year since October 7th and then spent the rest of the year praying for an end to the horrific situation. Our thoughts and attention have been largely on the hostages. Over the course of the year, we were fortunate to see some of the hostages returned home. We celebrated with their immediate families, community, and the entire Jewish family each time. We also cried at news of many deaths, one of whom was Omer Nidre. Being from Long Island, this came as an especially tough one for all of us. Family means nobody gets left behind or forgotten. Each time we think of them, say their names, advocate, or pray for their coming home, we make sure they are not forgotten. Just 2 weeks ago, we joined with the Long Island Jewish community to dedicate the parklet in Plainview in Omer's name. It is not just being remembered, but not being left behind. Ira Kohler, an IDF soldier and fellow Long Islander, came to speak about his story from that day and in the months following. He shared while in Gaza fighting in the war, he always thought of the hostages and remarked how tough it was to leave at the conclusion of his service because it felt like he was leaving the hostages behind. Neither Ira nor any of us know all the hostages, their families, or the widows and families of the soldiers, but because we are a Jewish family, we are committed to making sure that they are seen, heard, and not left behind. Family is about celebrating achievements. At the end of the school year, we celebrate our pre-K graduates, our religious school graduates. Each Shabbat, we celebrate the achievements of our bar bat mitzvah young adults. Furthermore, we also celebrate the adult bat mitzvah. They led us in prayer and shared words of wisdom, all of which show their dedication to the study of Torah. This year, we also had a number of Afros and baby namings, enjoyed davening with our students during their grade level Shabbats, and took time to recognize big birthdays and anniversaries during services. Women from our congregation took over leading Shabbat service during Passover Women's Shabbat. Our congregant, Pearl Friend, was recognized by the town of Oyster Bay on Holocaust Remembrance Day. The annual gala celebrated Victor Hatami's achievements as a man who has made the WJC family for himself, his children, grandchildren, and for everyone who steps foot in the doors. Woodbury Jewish Center is a safe space for everyone. We have upped our security efforts in real time with the growing challenges and needs of the climate of the world we live in. Our CSS members are on hand for all major events and holidays. As a community, we thank them for their hard work and dedication to our family each time they lend a hand beside the officers of our security and during special programming. When I think of family, I think of the Woodbury Jewish Center. I hope you do too. None of what we did this year would have been possible if it were not for your continued generosity. Your time, money, and commitment to making our community a family is greatly appreciated. On behalf of myself, Alyssa, Ricky, Ari, and Gracie, I wish you a Gamar Katima Tova. Our volunteers will now be coming around to collect your Kol Nidre donation and cards. I thank you in advance for your ongoing generosity.